a foundation without priming my face, without color correcting, and even if it's with a cushion, it's the more the merrier. Gosh, this makeup is so heavy. Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm gonna be doing half of my face with the makeup style I used to do in the past versus now. You know, I started playing with makeup since a very young age because I was quite vain. But, you know, as I look back on my past videos and past photos, there are a lot of things that I wish I would have done differently. Simply because I have now learned a little bit better, more about my face shape, my skin type, and also makeup and makeup tools in general. So today I'm gonna do this side, then this side. Now, let's get started. So back then, I would just go straight in with a foundation without priming my face, without color correcting, and even if it's with a cushion, it's the more the merrier. But now, I'll color correct and go in with layer by layer. So going in with my two Kate Tokyo color correcting bases. I really like using lavender and pink shades to just brighten up and even out my skin tone before I go in with foundation. For cushion foundation, I will usually start with the center of the skin, then slowly pat out. It also helps to dab off some excess over here. So immediately over here you can see that it's in much more even and more flawless kind of a finish, but at the same time it's very lightweight compared to this side where you can still see my pores and quite a lot of like creases. Concealer. This is where it all goes wrong. In the past, I would go crazy with the concealing. I'll do this. But now, with my under eyes, I like to go in with a salmon color corrector to cancel out the dark eye circles, just a tiny bit. Concealer at the back of the hand. Taking a concealer brush, very lightly apply it. And you don't want to erase all eye bags, so you want to leave a little gap for it to look a little bit more natural. You see, even with so much concealer, you can still see my blemishes peek through. But that's because, you know, we are applying concealer to the entire area and not just the points that we need. Alright, now for powder. I love to bake in the past, I don't know why, but I would just take a whole lot of powder. And now, I will either use a big fluffy brush or a sponge that it comes with. Dab a little bit, make sure that I get quite a lot of powder off, the excess powder, and only press it on areas that I need, like the sides of my nose, my eyelid, my under eye, and that's it. Brows. I love the straight brow look in the past. I still love it now, but the way I do it is slightly different. So last time, I like to fill in every single thing and I would go really, really bold and draw my brows like, I don't know, Crayon Shin-chan. The entire brow from the front to the end has no gradient. It's just one color. Now brush it like that. But now what I'll do is I will first spoolie everything out. Use the pencil only at the ends. Feather-like strokes. And just keep that nice gradient from light to dark. Contour. I love the very, very, very ABG kind of contour. So here's my Fenty matchsticks. And how I like to do it is I like to suck in my face and really contour. Even on my forehead, I'll contour like so. At the same time, I'll also contour my nose. And doing this results in it looking really muddy. It just makes my entire face look very, very bronzed. And also, I have a shorter forehead, so I used to like to contour all the way around my forehead, just blindly following, makeup tutorials of other people with different face shapes. But now I'm gonna show you what I will usually do. And also for my nose, I realized I have this area of my face is actually pretty long, which I should be shortening. But by going all the way from your front of your brow to the end of the nose, I'm actually highlighting the length of it, which highlights my flaw a little bit more. And now that my face looks a lot more dirty, I'll go in with the concealer again, just to make sure that it's snatched. So that's what I used to do. Gosh, this makeup is so heavy. Now on the other side, how I like to do my contour now is kind of look at my face and look at the places that I should be contouring based on the ratio. So for me, like I mentioned, my forehead is pretty short, so I shouldn't be contouring this area anymore. What I should do is kind of push it this way, and have a nice little like jawline for myself. For this, I'm using a powder contour, so this area, and I'm keeping it really clean, like from here inwards, no color should be there. And instead of going in like this, what I'm doing is just around the circumference of the face, blend it in inwards a little bit, but just a tiny bit, focusing more on the outer jawline. And for here, I'm making sure that I don't go all the way here. It's just this area. Can you see? It just looks a lot more natural, and you still get the contour that you need. For the nose, I like to just take the middle shade, tap off the excess, and start at this area over here. So because we are trying to shorten this area, here. Be very light-handed around this area. Don't go all the way down, just do a little curve like this and blend it towards the middle of the brow. Now, is it very obvious? This side is significantly longer because obviously it's the same nose. This side is shorter. Highlight. I'm still using my same highlighting palette, the Fenty Beauty Kilowatt, Mean Money and Hustler Baby. So today I'm gonna demonstrate it using the extremely bright highlight, which is what I loved using. So I would just take a whole bunch, smile, and make sure that it hits the highest points of the face here. And I would slant it upwards, and I'll go this way for that extra high cheekbones. And I'll also go underneath the brow bone, the tip of the nose, and also on the chin and the lip. Can't take it, I look so orange. Let me just blend it out a little bit. So this is what I used to do. But now for my highlight, I like to go in with a matte, kind of like a powder, just a tiny little bit. I would first mattify the area, highlight the areas that I want to stand out, and then only at certain points go in with my super shiny highlight, perhaps just a tiny bit here, more towards the center of the cheek, a little bit higher up. And for the nose, I like to dot it a little bit higher and bring down my nose bridge a tiny bit. Now for eyeshadows, I used to go extremely heavy and I didn't really care about layering the colors together back then. But for now, I like to go in layer by layer, making sure I dab off the excess colors before I go in with the second color. And I also used to not care about my lower eyelids. I don't know why, but it was very trendy back then. So I will also always love to highlight my inner corners with a super shimmery eyeshadow. But now I only do it very selectively at different points. And of course, I can't live without my Aegyosal now. Mainly because, like I mentioned, this area we're trying to shorten and an Aegyosal really helps. So what you do is smile, locate your natural eye bags, and use a brow pencil to just go. Now you can see the difference, right? Eyeliner. In the past, I would go in extremely thick, and it used to always be a really long cat eye that tilts upwards because it was what was trendy, but I didn't really think about how it was not that suitable for my face shape. So now I like to go in for a baby wing, something tilted a little bit downwards because, like I mentioned, I have a really long mid portion of my face that I want to shorten. Lashes. I used to only care about the top lashes, I don't know why, but now I'll do both. In the past, I wouldn't try to save my set lashes with an eyelash primer, so I'll just go in with a mascara. And now, on areas that I have sparse lower lashes, I'll draw it in with a brown-black eyeliner. Blush. In the past, I used to apply my blush super far out from my face. I have no idea why, and in an extremely V manner. That way, it made me look a lot older, and it just further accentuated the flaws of my face shape. But now, I will make sure to go in light and airy, small, thin layers. Last but not the least, lips. So I don't think I actually changed that much the way I did my lips, so I'm just gonna do it how I usually do now. Alright, and this is the final look. I don't know if you guys can see the difference, but I think the difference is pretty obvious to me. So this side just feels a lot more soft and kind of like all blended in together, whereas this side just is so thick and heavy. I don't know how I managed to survive the Singapore weather with this amount of foundation and concealer on my face. Of course, it made my features pop a lot, but if you see, it's dirty, it's muddy, it feels really cakey, and throughout the day, it's just gonna start flicking away, and yep, that's when it gets not that nice. Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and talk to me in the comments box down below. What is something you used to do? What is one makeup mistake you used to do that you have learned and you don't do it now? Let me know.